What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and of course, Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, please subscribe if you have not done so yet, and hit the like button, please. Like button, please. Like button, please. All right. All right, share that out there. Boom. All right. Okay. LSU. What's up, everybody? LSU gets the win. They beat Ole Miss 5-4 by the hardest. Phenomenal 3-inning save for Devin Fontenot, who has certainly had his ups and downs this year, but he had it last night. Fontenot throws 58 pitches, strikes out 5 in 3 innings of work. Got into a little bit of trouble there in the ninth, but was able to wiggle off the hook. Nice, really nice performance by Landon Marsh. I mean, look, Fontenot in the ninth went walk, single, strikeout, and that's where Wyeth got hurt, so they had to bring in Braden Doty. Then they got John Rice Plumlee striking out for the second out. And then he gave up a single, so he had the bases loaded. It was the infield nub thing from Cale Baker. So he had the bases loaded, and then the play where Doty tried to make the play at third. Actually, it wasn't a nubber. He hit the ball. Shoot, man! If Doty doesn't get to that ball, game's over. But and then Fontenot got the strikeout to end it. So win the Tigers desperately needed. If you've kind of been following with us, we've done this sort of math equation where Tigers were at 4 wins. They needed to get at least 1 each of Ole Miss and Arkansas to put you at 6. 2 each of the final 3 weekends put you at 12 conference wins. I don't think that's enough. But if you manage to sweep one of those to get to 13 and then win a few games in Hoover, I think then you got a shot. So last night you desperately needed. You caught a break with Gunnar Hoglund not pitching. See if you could somehow find a way to steal this series. I'm not super optimistic. Doug Nikhazy tonight, sub-2 ERA. He's a stud, but focus on the fact that LSU needed to get one, and they got one. Let's see. Brockman Darvish, Charlie Cavell, Brandon Hatchison, good morning. Megan Hurst, Dylan Landry, good morning. Brandon, I'm mad at myself for bashing a player. My God, the kid is just not good. He's talking about Drew Bianco. So, yes, Bianco's base running blunder almost cost LSU the game. And the thing about that's even tougher is you're in a spot where you can add an insurance run. You got the bases loaded with 1 out. As a hitter, you can't hit the ball on the ground. You've got to get the ball in the outfield. Ball on the ground in the infield could be a double play. You cannot have that. You've got to get the ball into the outfield. And you got Jake Wyeth up. So, there's no. This guy's just inserted into the game, and he gave you exactly what you needed. He gave you a deep fly ball to right field. That should have been a no-doubter. And Bianco tried to tag. In that situation, he should have gone halfway. And if the ball lands, he runs. If it doesn't, he goes back to first. But what's most important is getting that run. And instead, Plumlee was in right, doubles him up. And it was before Thompson scored the run. So that was just brutal, man. It was a brutal mistake. And after the game, Palmineri defended him kind of for, saying he was just trying to hustle and make a play. You just got to be better than that. So, anyway. It was tough, man. It was a really tough, really, really, really tough moment. Jerry DeLucky, morning Sconers, great win for the Tigers indeed. Breezy Bro, what up, Zero Sugar Monster on deck? There you go, man. Enjoy it, Breezy Bro. Beth Bonner DeVille, good morning from Drew. So, from 10-year-old Drew DeVille, as I saw this week on Facebook, Mr. Drew DeVille had his 10th birthday, a decade of Drew. Fired up to hear that. Have an awesome day at school, Drew DeVille. And Jake DeVille, too, if he's watching. Of course. Adam Contraire, good morning. Let's get the series today. I hope so, man. They'll have to do something special. Let's see if they can get it done. Henry Gordon Bennett, good morning. Ask Mike D what position group gets the most injured. I don't think he's mentioned it lately. Jerry, when Bianco got thrown out at second trying to tag up, I thought I'd lose my mind. Yeah. So Skip said, tough when you pitch hit the catcher and the backup gets hurt when Stravinsky's already hurt. So, yes. And in part also why I was screaming, if you're watching the companion show, cannot understand pinch hitting Milazzo. I mean, pinch hitting, yes. You should have pinch hit for Bianco. You don't lift a guy at a premium defensive position when you have back-to-back right-handed bats up, neither of which are producing. You lift the guy that has struck out in half of his at-bats this year, who plays the easiest defensive position on the field. I completely didn't understand that at all, and it almost bit him. Kelly Presley, Jacob Battaglia, good morning. So will it be Mulkey? If y'all were watching my companion show last night, you know my feelings on that. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Matt Dudo, good morning. What's up, Matt? Enjoy the live last night for the game. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. We'll do it again tonight if y'all want to watch. By the way, if you're on YouTube, I should be mentioning this. Of course, liking the post is hugely helpful. But if you would subscribe and hit the bell notifies you when we go live or when we post. So that's really helpful too. So to Jacob's question about Kim Mulkey, my thing, I will give you the very abbreviated Cliff Notes. My thing forever and always will be consider the source. You have yet to have a single credible source mention anything, report anything about Kim Mulkey. Hi, Drew. And what's more is if you go to lsusports.net, they still have Nikki Fargas listed as the women's basketball coach. Nothing official has come from LSU about removing Fargas. So, I mean, I think she's gone. Don't misunderstand. I mean, there are plenty of credible reports that Nikki Fargas is leaving LSU. There was even a report from ESPN that she's taking a job with Las Vegas, I don't know, one of the WNBA teams. Great. Awesome for her. But LSU hasn't even formally announced that she's out yet. Let's see. John Bro, morning from Atlanta. AJ Holland, good morning. Things like Bianco, MVP of the series, and let's bunt more are things that will push Matt over the edge this morning. I'm good, man. Tigers got to win. Much needed. They did what they had to do with 2 games to go. So I don't have to sweat it out. They did it, and roll. I'm ready to roll. James Reed, good morning. Lowell Cormier, morning from Minot, North Dakota, the home of Daddy Dale Brown. Kelly Presley, who's catching today? Well, of course, that's going to be Milazzo. Stephen Miller, good morning. Let's see, Brandon Atchison. I say pitch Labus tomorrow because you're not winning tonight. Chance of winning with money or less than 1%. Pitch him against a guy you're not going to beat. Give yourself a chance Saturday. I am very much in favor of pitching backwards. Now, the other thing I'll tell you, Brandon, is it's not out of the realm of possibility. I was told yesterday it's not out of the realm of possibility that Gunnar Hoglund starts this weekend. Like, he may very well pitch on Saturday. I think he had a little stiffness, and they didn't want to bring him back on short rest. So if he pitched tonight or Saturday, he'd be on full rest. So if you pitch him tonight, that's his usual rest, and then you could throw Nikhazy Saturday on his usual rest. So careful with that, man. I mean, Bianco played a little gamesmanship, wait until about an hour before first pitch to announce that Hoglund was scratched. And I was told yesterday that it's possible, from someone at Ole Miss, that it's possible Hoglund could pitch this weekend. So while I understand the methodology there, trying to align pitching matchups to give you the best opportunity, I'd be careful with this one because they may still go to Hoglund. Zero baseball awareness, and of course Paul did. I got to go back and check. I have to go back and check the post-game press conference because I said on the live stream last night that Paul would have used the word courageous. Did he describe the win as courageous? Did he use the word courageous in his post-game press conference? I got to go find that, see if he did today. Skip Thompson has to run home. He can't be jogging. Skip, I could not not disagree with you more. Like, there's not an ounce of my fiber that could possibly disagree with you more. Thompson did take off running. By the time he got into the circle, he slowed up. That's okay. There's no play at the plate. There is no throw coming. Like, it's if you go and you put a camera on every sack fly run scored in the history of mankind, you will see dudes without a throw at the plate slowing up before the plate. It's a natural tendency. I have no problem with it. The only reason you or anyone is bringing that up is because Bianco had a brain dead moment and decided to try to tag up to second base with John Rice Plumlee, who's got a plus arm in right field, pegging him at second base. That's the only reason if that run scores and Bianco stays at first base, nobody, not a soul on planet Earth comes back and goes, well, I'm going to see Thompson slow up there getting home. No one, not a soul even mentions it. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Brandon DeVille, what does Paul see in Bianco? Or are we not seeing something? Paul definitely plays favorites. And in this instance, Drew Bianco going home to his hometown, playing against his dad's team. I think he was trying to give him a little, But this ain't Pee Wee's, bro. I mean, anyway. Josh Long, good morning. David Wallace, good morning. Let's focus on the positive, though, for real. The positives are that LSU won the game. Marceau didn't have his best stuff and still managed to give you 5 1/3. Well, allowed 8 hits. Against a really good offense. The 4 runs, struck out 5, walked 1. He didn't have his best stuff, but he still left you in. It gave you a chance to win the game. You know what I mean? So nice performance by Marceau, even when he didn't have his best stuff. I absolutely wanted to throw up when I saw the first home run of the game, which looked like a routine fly ball to right center, and it left the yard because the power alleys at Swayze Field are 265. Anyway, but Edwards came in out of the pen, got you out of the 6th, and then Fontenot came in and gave you the 3-out save. So, or the 3-inning save. So, you got the one you needed to get. And then how about Cruz? God, how about Dylan? We haven't even mentioned Dylan Cruz's homer. You look cooked. You looked absolutely cooked. And then Dylan Cruz comes up with the blast in the 7th. It gives you the lead back 5-4. Just awesome play in a key moment for a spectacular freshman who has, just tremendous upside. I cannot wait to watch this kid continue to play these next 2 years after this year. Cliff's Going After Dark is a hit. Great companion show last night, especially when he rocks Sister Call. You never know what'll happen at Casa de Scone on the landline. Spurge, morning, Matt. How's your rally possum this morning? Great show last night. Up for another night. Yeah, Spurge, I'll fire it up tonight. Why not? Just watching the game like y'all will. Preston Landry. Andon Brabham, good morning. Matt Gudo, is that William LaRue Weller on the top shelf? No, that is a Thomas H. Handy. So left to right as you're looking at it, that's Four Roses Limited 2017 and 2020. Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, Thomas H. Handy, Rip 10, Van Winkle Lot B, Sweetens Cove. I have 3 of the Kentucky Owl rye batches. That's a couple of the Boss Hogs and then a Michter's 10. That's the top shelf. Up there. Matt Lusto, how big is Defont's bounce back in the 9th? Could it signal bounce back for the season? Maybe, Matt. I just think he's a guy that you gotta know what he is, man. And he's usually really good. And when he empties the tank, he's finished. So thankfully, he had enough in the tank to carry him through 3 innings last night. Trivia Carter, good morning. Betting Pulmonary uses courageous is the same as betting Coach O will say tremendous. Tremendous. There's a guy named I think it's Steve Lawrence is his name, like Lorentz. Let me make sure I got that right. And Steve's, he covers Michigan, and he's still Lawrence, Lorenz. There it is. And his Twitter handle is @TremendousUM. So apparently, and I had him on my show. I think around the time they were hiring Harbaugh, but I had him on AFR, and I asked him, I was like, man, what's up with the handle? Like Tremendous UM? What is that? And the joke was Brady Hoke said tremendous in every press conference, like over and over. So his Twitter is Tremendous UM. It's basically a dig at Brady Hoke, which I thought was hilarious. David Wallace, morning. Weather at the Zurich was great yesterday. Good golf down there. It is a lot of fun, man. Did you happen to see on the 18th fairway, by the way, if you are going down to Zurich, 18th fairway on the left side, there's a giant stand-up of a little boy y'all might recognize. It's a picture of Drew with his cardiologist, Dr. Brummond. Children's Hospital in New Orleans asked several months ago if Drew would participate in a photo shoot with his doctor, and so he did it out at the LSU lakes, and they have a giant picture of it. It's got to be, I don't know, 7-8 feet tall on the 18th fairways. It's pretty cool. Blake DeVilliers, when Maneri exits, what will it take to get Terrio in? Wishful thinking. Not happening, but I do think I know there are former LSU players that are chomping at the bit to be on staff. I don't think any of them would be the head coach, but I know you have former players that want to be on staff. They want to roll on staff, and I think whenever Maneri leaves, whoever is the next guy would have to consider that strongly. Let's see. Brandon Atchison, not Adam. That's not on Thompson. You don't risk that play at second, knowing the runner from third is tagging. The ball didn't even get to the track. Chris Williams' post show on YouTube was great. Chris, it was a companion show. So I was live during the game, and then I reposted again whenever we went post game. So remember, I'll do it again tonight. If you want to join us during the game, join us. Let's see. When is it okay to jog on a baseball? Skip, get lost, bro. Skip, I love you, man. I do, but these aren't 7-year-olds, bro. It's not run to go get your water. Come on, man. You can say that, and that's fine. That's fine and dandy. Then if that's going to be your position, then you have to hold everyone accountable. Pitchers walking off the mound after an inning, guys jogging off the field after a half inning. Like now you really, if you're going to go there, Skip, you got to be true to that. When is it ever okay to jog on a field? Then you have painted yourself into a corner where you will spend the entire game just looking at dudes jogging, and you will be wrong. Love you, dude, but you're dead wrong about that. Like you instill absolutes and stricter rules at a younger age to instill discipline so that as people get it's in everything in life. As people get older, you expect them to understand, to know how to police themselves. I'll give you an example. When you were in the second grade and it was time to go to lunch, you all walked in a single file line with your finger over your mouth, like to not say a word, because as a 7-year old, you needed that discipline. When you got to high school, the bell rang, grab your lunch and go eat. Like you're expected to know how to do certain things and not need someone to hold you accountable to that level. That was a total screw up by Drew Bianco. It was nothing to do with Jordan Thompson jogging. And he sprinted off of third base. He let up right before home, and I have no problem with that. He has him sprinting through the plate and turning his ankle. Scott Watson, what's up? What's worse? What was worse? Paul not playing for an extra run in the ninth to move the runners over, or Bianco not moving the runners bottom ninth to put the winning run in scoring position. No, I'm not like Steven, I'm not giving up and out if I'm Mike Bianco in the ninth. I just like my feeling. I'm allergic to that. It's just uh, we have the metrics. Like you give up and out, you're less likely to score. I mean, it's why you see bunting at 100-year low. I'm not okay with I'm okay with Bianco letting his guys swing away. Man, oh God, it is 8:01. I am so far behind on comments. I'm sorry, y'all. And I got to get Drew to school today. Trivia taking care of business on the Scone payroll. Ryan, did you hear the announcer call Cruz a modern day Mike Trout? Ryan, I'll tell you this, man. Terrio compared him to Mike Trout the first week of the season, and I had the same reaction you did. But his point makes sense. Like he's a big dude who's the fastest guy on the field that can hit with power to all fields and hit with average. He's a 5-tool guy. Like it makes. I mean, Cruz is going to play center field. I mean, it's silly they stuck in right. I mean, he's the best athlete on the team. He's the best player on the team. He's got him in right field, but. I get it. I do. I'm not calling him Mike Trout, but I get it. Bigger deal that people aren't talking about. Trey Morgan swinging 3-0 to knock in. Boom. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. And that brought up that was an RBI, and then brought up Cruz, who homered, was the next batter homer. But and like you're right. And for every bit of criticism that we give Palmineri, which he deserves, he absolutely deserves credit for green lighting Trey Morgan at 3-0 and giving him the trusting him with the understanding that he's not going to swing at a bad pitch. So, I mean, you've got to give him, like, if you're going to criticize Maneri, and I did for pulling Milazzo and not pitch hitting for Bianco instead, you've got to give him credit for green lighting Morgan 3-0 because that was. I mean, it would have been very easy to say, keep the bat on your shoulder, take your base. It would have been very easy to do that. And then you're bringing up Dylan Cruz. But he had a runner in scoring position, got a pitch he could drive. Morgan's been swinging a great bat. He drove it. Good for him. Surprised you didn't have Drew and a Hudko hat on Zurich AT. Definitely a missed opportunity. Don't think Blake Dean is on that head coaching job. Tim, he may be, but that's not the direction they're going to go. Kelly Gross, good morning. Derek Adams, do we have the advantage over Ole Miss pitching wise today, or does Ole Miss? It is 100% bajillion percent Ole Miss. They're throwing Doug Nikhazy today. Nikhazy last week threw a complete game complete game shutout. Was the national pitcher of the week. He's got a 1.86 ERA, which is second best in the SEC. He's he's going to be a first round draft pick. Like, it's not going to go well today. Like, it's baseball, anything can happen. I would be very surprised if it went well for the Tigers today. Let's see. Don Williams, Trey Bourgeois, good morning. Trey Bourgeois got himself a bottle of Sazerac Rye. There you go. Dylan Cruz exit velo was 104.1. What a stud. Ricky Lambert, good morning. Steven was going to join the fun. You were 30-second ahead of my baseball. You were so you were watching on the stream. I was watching on cable. That's why. It's all good, Derek. 100%, man. Okay. All right, y'all, we're done. We're done. As always, shout out to Brock, Batters Orthopedic Clinic, Force Hudco Roofing. Gonna get some bad weather today. So y'all be safe. And look, if you do, I know there's like some hail and wind in the area. If you do end up with, hail in around your house, your office, whatever, give Hudco a call. We've got a bunch of inspections lined up right now because of all the weather last week. So holler at us, HudcoRoofing.com. Okay, y'all, have an awesome day. Locked on LSU coming up, AFR at 3, Riot Radio Hours, all that good stuff. And then companion show tonight. Be here for it. Love you, Skip. All in good debate. See ya.